Okay, Arthur Bremond wants me to explain my wildcard team, so I'll do that again quickly, and then this will be the last time I do it. Because people want to know, and people are going to look at my wildcard team and probably have some issues with it. But I want to stress that I'm trying to capture price rises and prevent price falls in my team. And then the final team will be picked before the deadline on Saturday, 15th of September. So Patricio and McCarthy are in goal. To be honest, this may not change. It might. I just wanted a better rotation pair. Off the top of my head, when I was doing this, I believe they can rotate, because I believe McCarthy could rotate with Fabianski, and then Patricio and Fabianski didn't seem to rotate that well, so I don't know why I went with that, to be fair. We got Alonso and Mendy because I believe their prices are going to rise. Robertson looked like he's not going to be due a rise anytime soon. I think people are giving up on Robertson and going Alonso Mendy unless they're getting all three. Holebas as well looks like he's potentially going to rise in price. Wan-Bissaka and Bennett are there because they're my 4 million defenders, although if a defender clearly shows he's going to rise in price, he could come in for either one of these two, including Robertson, because I've got 2 million, so I can get Robertson in. I can't get Robertson in because he's just 1 million too expensive, but potentially I could do something with the keepers to be able to make that move, because I could bring in Hemed just so I can capture player rises. Then Hazard, Pedro, Mane, Lucas Moura and Pereira all due a price rise soon. Aguero's just staying there because it's Aguero. But again, that could change if there's a clear striker going to get a price rise. Callum Wilson and Deeney both look like they could have price rises over the 2 game weeks. So that is why my team looks the way it does. Now, some of these players, very possible they stay in the side, but especially Alonso, to be fair. But the main reason for that side, and I should have scrolled down just a little bit so you could see the strikers, is to capture price rises. Because right now, if I actually have a look at the price rises as I return to the normal screen, if I look at price rises right now, due to go up in price tonight, Moura, Hazard and Pedro. Then Holebas, Bennett, Pereira, Deeney, Mane are all close to a price rise, all 95% or higher. Hammer is also close to a price rise, so I could bring him in potentially, but I'm not sure he will rise 0.2 in price. Whereas I have a feeling at least some of these players might go 0.2 in price up. And then I think Hennessy could get close to a price rise. None of the players down here look like they're that likely to go up in price. Robertson, 79.5% of the way there. Do I think he's going to have 2 price rises by game week 5? Maybe. Mendy's also at 75.6. Aguero at 65.4. So we're getting a bit far away from price rises there. So I just want to capture the price rises and avoid any fall in price for Mohamed Salah. So that is the explanation of my side. I believe Robertson is still worth having, Lewis Steinberg. I think Robertson will be one of the highest chance creators in the league as far as defenders go. I think only Mendy and Holebas look like they're going to threaten him for that title. I believe that Alonso, while not having as many chances created, as in the pure sense of the word and not winning penalties, Alonso is the best goal threat defender in the league. And then Trippier is also one to consider. Davies would be, but he just hasn't really had a great start. But I think Robertson is definitely still worth having and probably will end up in my final side. Again, the side you see on the screen is for me to capture team value, price rises. As far as wildcard, you have 2 wildcards in a season. One you have to play before the up to 19 game weeks, so before the new year. And then the other one you can play anytime after the new year. Once you've activated your wildcard, you can make as many changes as you want. You can also activate your wildcard after you've taken minus hits as well to cancel out those minuses. And you can change until the next deadline. Quinton Janssen wildcard is active throughout the game between the deadline. So this team here, I can change it again and I don't get penalised. So you don't have to play your wildcard close to game week 5. If, for instance, all 11 of those players or all 15 of those players get injured, I can very easily just change them all. So in an international game week, it's best to use it early. Then you could potentially... You used to be able to get a rise in value, team value of like 0.5 million or something crazy like that. Now, generally, you can get 0.2 or 0.3. That's probably about it. But still, it can help. Especially with all players rising in price anyway, it can help. Who from these players will you keep? To be honest, Alonso is a definite keeper. Mendy isn't leaving my side. Wan-Bissaka probably isn't leaving my side. Bennett probably is going to stay there as well, to be fair to him. Other than that, Aguero probably stay on my side. And that's probably it for definite. I mean, I do like the look of Holebas, but I'm probably bringing back in Robertson. Hazard I like the look of, but if I want Salah, can I have Hazard? Which means Pedro's more likely to stay in if Hazard goes. If Hazard stays and Pedro goes. Lucas Moura, probably not going to stay in because I worry about the Son issue there. Pereira, again, probably going to go to someone really cheap. Deeney and then Wilson. I mean, I like Bournemouth's fixtures and I like the way the Watford side is playing. So there's a chance I stick with that front two. Bournemouth, Leicester, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Watford, Southampton in the next 5. As far as Watford, it looks difficult. Man United, Fulham, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Wolves. So I probably wouldn't stick with Deeney, but probably would stick with Wilson. Exactly, Steve Wynyard. I want Salah to drop in price now. I'm praying that people get rid of him. He drops in price. Everyone that's played their wildcard should transfer him out just so he drops in price and we can all bring him back in again. Hazard is probably one of the few players I would risk bringing in for Salah. So, Harry Kane, if I was going to take out Salah, Hazard would definitely be in my side. How am I checking price rises now? There's various ways. There's Fantasy Football Fix, which is a great website. I think they may have a free app where you can monitor price rises. I think their website is a membership website though. But I use fplstatistics.co.uk. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen. Hopefully they don't hate me for doing this. Hopefully they see it as some free advertisement. Okay, so there we go. So this is FPL statistics for fantasy football managers. And as you can see here, you have... You know what? I'll try and bring that big on the screen. There you go. So you have the name of the player, the club, the position... status is available. You've got ownership as well. You've got price. I don't actually know what these two mean. I've never really used them. Shows the number of price changes this game week. That is a good... So Mitrovic and Alonso have already gone up once. So if you miss that one price rise, hopefully I haven't missed... Oh, I have missed Mitrovic, of course, because I haven't brought him into my side, which is unfortunate. But... And then you've got the target. So this is how far they've got to go. So once they hit 100, they're likely to rise in price that evening. So Lucas Moura, Hazard and Pedro likely to rise in price right now. So that is the site I use. And hopefully I can get my team value up by... I mean, I'd be happy with 0.2, 0.3. I'm not expecting anything massive.